What's up, my fellow beasts? Your boy Bad Beast here, back with another combo video. Guys, we've got Raiden this time, but we're going to go ahead and use the special skin they've added and use Black Lightning. But I just want to assure you guys that what works for Black Lightning will work for Raiden. They're the same character, just a different skin. So let's go ahead and get into it. So as always, guys, we're going to start off with the breakdown, and then we'll get into his combos after we go through each move and kind of learn how he plays a little bit. So let's go ahead and start off with his character power, guys. This is high voltage. Now I'm going to show you here, if you go into his move list and go down the list here, you can see that every time you activate high voltage, all of these moves have something extra that's been added to them. So basically when you do a combo, you just hold down the last hit in the combo and he will do something extra to it. To give you a little example of this, I will show you Heavenly Hands and Thundercloud. So basically, guys, this does this to all these moves. You can kind of experiment around with it if you'd like, but I'm just going to show you a couple examples just to kind of see what it's like. So you activate high voltage and I'm going to show you regular Heavenly Hands first. Basically it goes like this: square, square, triangle. He just kind of hits them like that. If you do high voltage and then use Heavenly Hands and hold it after, he'll shock them and kind of throw them like that. But the regular Thundercloud looks like this. You do back X after you do square, square, triangle. Now guys, for Xbox, for this, by the way, is XXY, and then for Thundercloud is XXY back A. So when you use high voltage and you use these moves, it will change accordingly. But the Thundercloud by itself looks like this, and he kind of teleports and does an extra hit like that. If you use high voltage, he will teleport and you hold down X and he will kind of, extend it to lightning and throw them across the screen. It's good to use for a number of moves to like get them away from you, do a little extra damage, give yourself some time to think. Heavenly Hands can be used in a number of different ways, so if you guys want to just kind of experiment around with it, it's good to use for that. Moving on, we have Lightning Bolt, guys. This is just down, back, square. When you use it, he just shoots, as per the name says, a little lightning bolt towards your enemy. And it's quick, does a pretty good little amount of damage. It's pretty annoying for zoning and stuff like that. And if you meter burn it, he will shoot a bigger version that kind of shocks them and suspends them in air. Guys, this is really good if you're actually close to go ahead and combo something off of it. And it's really good to, if you can hit your opponents with it, to hit some combos off of it and whatnot. So you can see that it can be used to chain things into lightning bolts. So I will actually show you guys a little later in the video when our combos get started how to use this effectively, but as of right now, just keep that in mind. Next up, we have Electrocute. This is just down forward triangle, down forward Y for the Xbox, guys. He just picks them up, kind of shocks them, throws them across the screen. It's good to give yourself some time to think if they're really aggressive getting up on you. Give yourself a little bit of time to breathe, a little breathing room, so you can give yourself some time to think and reset yourself. So if you meter burn it, he will pick them up and do it longer and kind of send them flying down. Now after he sends them flying down like that, it's right in front of you and it's perfect for ending a combo or beginning another combo. But as I said with the lightning bolt, I will show you how to utilize that effectively in a combo a little bit later in the video, so stay tuned for that. Additionally, we have Vicinity Blast, guys. This is down, back, triangle, down, back, Y for the Xbox. When you use this, guys, it's really an anti-air move, so if they're jumping, you can kind of hold it down to make it last longer so that you hit them in the air. It does a pretty good little amount of damage, so I'm going to send them flying across the screen with a bounce hit just to show you kind of simulated jumping, and you come over here and you can kind of hit them like that. You see it does a little decent amount of damage. So when you hit them and they're coming across, if you hold it down, it doesn't make it last any longer, but it's just so that like if they're continuously jumping and you hold it down just to make it last longer, so you ensure that you hit them. But if you meter burn it, he will actually bounce them in the air, and you can do something else with it, like add combos or maybe even do it again. So you can bounce them, use Vicinity Blast, burn it, maybe bounce it again. You can do whatever like that, guys, or even add a bigger combo on top of it. After that, we have Electric Fly, guys. This is back forward X, back forward A for the Xbox. Guys, you can use this as kind of getting in on zoners and maybe someone who's trying to stay far away from you. Get their distance. You can close the distance with this. He kind of flies forward, tackles them, sends them flying. It also gives you some time to think because he kind of tackles them. Gives you a little bit of time. You can also use this in the air. Just use it the same way and he will fly like that. It can be used Really good as an anti-air attack, or even used for transportation if your opponent's trying to stay far away and you don't want to risk doing this and getting hit. You can use this in the air and use it to transport yourself over near them. It's really good for that. It's really quick though, so I don't see that a lot of people would just see this coming. If you're far away or they've made you far away and you use this really quick, it's quick enough that I don't think that they would see it coming. They may block it, but you'll still get in and maybe get some chip damage, and you'll still get in on them when they're trying to zone. Also, if you meter burn it, he will fly across with them and kind of throw them back. So you can meter burn it and just like let him fly a little bit and then meter burn it, or you can just meter burn it immediately and he'll just fly him across. Does a little extra damage using a meter. It's good to end combos with and stuff like that. I'll show you kind of what you can do to use it in the end of a combo a little later in the video, so stay tuned for that. Lastly, for Raiden's special power, guys, we have Sparkport. You can use this for zoning enemies. It's probably one of my favorite of his moves. If they're zoning and trying to stay far away from you, you just press down and up pretty quickly and he will teleport right to them. Guys, I used to use this in Mortal Kombat to kind of confuse people. You can use it and just keep using it and it will confuse people, and eventually they will swing at the wrong side. I used to do that. It can be a little risky sometimes. They can hit you and end up doing a combo if you're not careful, but if you can do it effectively and just kind of confuse people, they can end up swinging at the wrong side or swinging completely missing you, and you can just kind of make them pay on the backside. So you can kind of, you know, keep that in mind. You can also, you can see here, front, place, and far Sparkport. You have to have the character power active for these guys, but they are pretty useful for faking out your opponent. If you think that they may see you coming with the Sparkport, activate your character power and use something like in place Sparkport. He will teleport in place and it'll, you know, confuse them a little bit, but as you can see the meter ran out there, so it kind of has to be active. But if you think that they're gonna, you know, predict that you're about to use your Sparkport, go ahead and just kind of confuse them with the in place or do an in far one, and they may not see it coming, so you do, you know, like an in place and maybe shoot a lightning bolt at them, you know, that they're expecting it. So if you do it and they expect a Sparkport and they swing at nothing and you shoot them with a lightning bolt, you just kind of, you know, did a little extra damage that they weren't expecting. Now for the last part of the breakdown, guys, and then we'll move straight into the combos. I'm going to show you how to use your super move into a combo so that you can chain them together, make sure you hit it every time, because I know a lot of you just like to skip the big combos if you may think that you don't like to do them, or you just want to keep it simple and save up your super meters and use your super move. So I'm going to show you how to do that. We're going to use all powerful, which is forward, square, triangle, X, forward, X, Y, A for the Xbox, and then you're just going to use power surge. All powerful looks like this, and once you pull off all powerful and you wait for the third hit, you're going to activate power surge, and it all together looks like this. Now for the combos, guys, we have the big combo that I showed you in the beginning. It starts off with lightning bolt, and you're gonna kind of do it close up like this. It's pretty much a surprise because you don't really expect the lightning bolt from close up. But guys, if you don't think that you can hit with the lightning bolt, don't worry, I'll show you another combo that's smaller, but it still works and does a decent amount of damage. So we're gonna start off with this one, and you're gonna use lightning bolt and meter burn it close up to make sure that you can do the next part. After lightning bolt, you're going to use sudden burst. That's your back and X move, which bounces them across the screen like that. Just back and X, back and A for the Xbox. So once you use lightning bolt up close, you meter burn it and then just use sudden burst, and they will fly across the screen like so. After sudden burst, you're going to use elder boot. This is just jumping and pressing X, jumping and pressing A for the Xbox. Looks like this, guys. Just going to jump and press it. After you do sudden burst, jump, hit them like that. Guys, if you have any trouble comboing this after lightning bolt, go ahead and just practice it with sudden burst into elder boot until you get it down, and once you're comfortable with it, go ahead and chain it all together, and when you do, it'll look like this. Additionally, after elder boot, guys, are going to use heavenly hands. It's just square, square, triangle, X, X, Y for the Xbox. Just a little 3-hit combo that looks like that. Once you use it all in the combo together, it'll look like this. After that, we have electrocute, guys. You're going to use down forward triangle, down forward Y for the Xbox. It looks like this. You're going to meter burn this after Heavenly Hands because it's going to bounce them up into the last part of the combo. So when you use it all together, it'll look like this. Lastly, guys, we're going to use Electric Fly, just back forward X, back forward A for the Xbox. You've seen it a little bit before if you watch the breakdown, looks like that. So when you use it all in the combo, guys, you have the option to make it 3 meter or 2 meter. If you want to meter burn the Electric Fly, it is 3 meters. It does a little extra damage. If you don't want to meter burn it, it still does a good amount of damage, and it's 2 meters in case you don't want to waste that many meters on this one combo. It is completely optional. So once you do it all together, it's going to look like this. Alright, that's it for the big combo, guys, but to conclude this, I'm going to show you a little smaller combo that does a little less damage, but it uses less meters, but it is a little more secure when it comes to being able to pull it off at a higher percentage. So you're going to start it off with Heavenly Hands, just a square triangle. You've seen it before. XXY for the Xbox. Then you're going to use Electrocute, guys. You know the drill. Meter burn it. Then you're going to use All Powerful, guys. You saw this earlier when we used the super move, but in case you didn't watch that part, it is just forward square triangle X, forward XYA for the Xbox. Looks like this, little 3-hit combo like that. So once you use it, you're going to put it into the last part of the combo, which is this. Electric Fly, guys, back forward X, back forward A for the Xbox. You know that you can make it optional using this. Would be 1 meter if you don't meter burn it, and 2 meters if you do meter burn it. It does a little bit more damage if you meter burn it, but if you don't, it's still a pretty good amount of damage. So when you put them all together, it's going to look like this. Alright, that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I hope it helped you out. And if it did, please consider leaving a like. That would really help me out. If you guys want to see more gaming tips and tricks and other things I'll be doing in the future, be sure to subscribe and hit that bell notification so you don't miss anything. I will see you in the next video, and remember, as always, stay beastly, my friends.